A few weeks ago, after a container with 500 kilograms of cocaine shipped from Latin America reached East Africa on the way to its final distribution market, most likely in Europe, police experts from 3 different Interpol regions gathered less than 2 kilometers away from here at IPSG to launch and coordinate a new intercontinental criminal investigation. In parallel, Interpol's policing capabilities were immediately activated. Messages were exchanged across 4 languages between NCBs. Digital forensic assistance by an expert from IGCI Singapore was deployed to Africa to assist the local police with the collection and examination of cell phones and tablets. And analytical efforts at the General Secretariat had already brought new leads to European suspects. This is a single case from the organization's daily life. As a live and ongoing case, I cannot share with you more details, but it shows exactly what Interpol is about. Providing a neutral platform for officers from around the world to manage and solve complex cross-border investigations. Exchanging vital information across the professional, geographic, and language divide. Providing operational support and the right skills in the field. All of this with a single goal in mind: connecting police for a safer world and bringing criminals to justice. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, a very warm welcome to Lyon. It is a great pleasure to have you all here once again at the 13th Interpol Heads of NCB conference. You are now where Interpol as a whole meets to discuss how to walk the police walk. Indeed, for the past 2 years since my appointment as Secretary General, reinforcing the Interpol platform to better support their job against terrorist and organized crime networks has been the organization's priority. The Interpol 2020 reform process was born with this sole goal in our eyes. As a global police family, the views and guidance of our member countries in every single region have been an enormous support in shaping this reform program. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for participating in what is perhaps the most comprehensive consultation the organization has ever seen to create a stronger Interpol. And while the organization is still growing, this dialogue must and will continue. Consulting each other is how Interpol saw the establishment of the organization's operating model, aligning our 3 global programs on counterterrorism, organized and emerging crimes, and cybercrime to your national priorities. Clear long-term implementation strategies have been defined around all these 3 programs, ensuring that all Interpol regions get appropriate police support. Our membership is global. So should our plans and actions be. Africa, Americas, Middle East and North Africa, Asia and Pacific, Europe. No region is to be left behind. During the past 2 years, the organization has also implemented strong internal measures to strengthen accountability. We have improved our processes for evaluating the implementation of our activities to provide more transparency in the way we spend our member countries' money. In addition, we have consolidated the organization's finances by introducing strict cost-saving measures and seeking funding for sustainable growth, thus transforming a multi-million euro deficit into a balanced core budget, also with the help of our member countries. In a nutshell, it is thanks to the hard work of our dedicated staff at the Interpol General Secretariat, amongst whom there are over 200 seconded officers from your countries, that we made great progress in getting our house in order to function effectively in delivering daily support. As a consequence, last year, the 85th General Assembly in Bali took crucial decisions on the future of the organization, calling upon Interpol to further increase its relevance in the international police arena. Dear friends, dear colleagues, as President Mang just mentioned in his opening remarks, it goes without saying that this call will be answered only if your NCBs are strong and on the way to get stronger. And this is exactly why we are here today. As lifeblood of Interpol, the offices that you lead naturally form the foundation of Interpol's relevance. Your role as a gateway between your respective countries and the rest of the world, as ambassadors of Interpol within your governments and your law enforcement agencies, makes you a cornerstone of our efforts to build tomorrow's Interpol. Today's setting provides one opportunity for us to meet as one police family and reflect on our achievements, our challenges, and identify common ways to better serve the global police audience and ultimately the citizens of the world. With over 200 participants here today, you will be able to meet in person those colleagues you have been working with from afar, tirelessly solving complex investigations in the police world. Associating a name to a face and a handshake can make a huge difference in breaking the next criminal case. As the security landscape changes much faster than we as police officers have ever anticipated, strong collaboration and reaching out beyond one's region and comfort zone has become an essential imperative we cannot escape. By collaborating and exchanging information with the wider police community through Interpol, we must recognize that we do not only protect our own country, but that of our neighbors too. And in an ultra-connected world, our police neighbor may actually sit thousands of miles away or across an ocean. Interpol and its NCBs must affirm their position as a global platform for collaboration, for exchange of relevant information, for operational support, and for the provision of police skills and investigative equipment. Through our presence around the globe, Interpol intends to continue stepping up its operational delivery. Increasing the relevance of Interpol's communication system to allow greater exchange of information and as securely and rapidly as possible is one of the key operational deliveries under the Interpol 2020 initiative. And Interpol has strived to do so by increasingly providing direct access to Interpol's tools to police at borders and specialized investigative units. In other words, at the front lines of policing. 165 countries, 165, across all regions are now technically able to extend I-24/7 beyond the NCBs. To name a few countries, 2016, we saw Cameroon extend the system to Yaoundé International Airport, Jordan extended to 13 border control points, and the Gambia extended access to Banjul International Airport. The Philippines has finally extended I-24/7 to Ninoy Aquino Manila International Airport. With your support, we can achieve more to translate this capacity into systematic screening. Some countries have gone as far as giving every single patrolling officer the opportunity to directly and immediately consult Interpol databases to make prompt and informed decisions. At a time in which terrorist mobility has become a serious challenge for police, providing local officers with global data is of the utmost importance. Easy access to Interpol databases also means better investigative results. Just recently, the ringleader of a massive child sex abuse network in Japan was identified via Interpol's International Child Sexual Exploitation Database, ICSE, and was sentenced to 8 years in prison. This arrest demonstrated what can be achieved when law enforcement experts use Interpol's databases, no matter where a crime is committed. Across the years, the ICSE database has assisted investigators in identifying over 10,000 victims. In only 4 years, we increased by more than 1,000 times the amount of data on foreign terrorist fighters in our databases. Some 60 countries today trust our systems, your systems, in fighting terrorist mobility across all regions. As a whole, last year, we hit the 3 billion searches mark in our global databases. The international community has recognized their pivotal role and has put Interpol at the forefront of the global security dialogue, as recognized by the UN Security Council and UN General Assembly. And for 2017 alone, we are already implementing over 120 projects, coordinating over 60 operations, and planning on delivering over 150 police trainings across the globe. Once again, serving all of our regions. This is also why we have made it a priority to decentralize key parts of our operational delivery into our regional platforms, increasing the impact of our counterterrorism and organized crime footprints across regional bureaus and liaison offices. We want Interpol to be even closer to the front lines to make an impact that makes a difference to your agencies and countries. Ladies and gentlemen, our drive for reform and for the evolution of Interpol will continue, as decided by the General Assembly in Bali last year. Our vision is clear: a bigger Interpol, with strong presence in key regions, with police capabilities even more relevant in the daily lives of specialized investigators and frontline officers, and with a seat and a voice where global security decisions are made. This is a vision for Interpol to be able to handle massive operational data and exploit it in a systematic fashion to produce influential analytical products. This is a vision for Interpol to be present as close as possible to the tactical level, where individual officers will be able to make decisions by relying on Interpol capabilities, both easy to access and able to act as one-stop shop, connecting them to other national or regional systems. This is a vision for Interpol to be able to act as and be recognized as the leading global screening platform, to be implemented at borders and in key global transportation hubs, and relying on research and development and innovation to exploit new technologies and mobility to better support investigations. This is a vision for Interpol that has NCBs with equal positioning and authority within national police, which can invest in high-caliber staff and state-of-the-art capabilities. Finally, this is a vision for Interpol that is able to stand as a natural and neutral global interface between police and other global actors with a role in security, such as the industry or the military. All of this hinges on advanced infrastructure and strong operational delivery that must be up to the demands of the global criminal environment. Hence, in order to reach our ultimate goal, the world must make an investment in Interpol. While the organization has made progress in reducing its deficit on the core budget, the work must continue to enter a sustainable funding model where constant growth is possible, but not at the expense of national police budgets. As I speak, 52 different projects are being proposed and discussed with public donors and partners in order to serve your police agencies across all the regions: Africa, Middle East and North Africa, Asia and Pacific, Europe and the Americas, with tailored activities shaped around the priorities you, our members, have set. To ensure that we can turn Interpol 2020's vision into reality on the ground, the President and I, with your support, are continuously striving to mobilize further resources to achieve this objective. As Secretary General, I've made it a priority to consult with member country governments worldwide, regional and international organizations to make sure Interpol could hold a unique position in the eyes of decision makers and partners alike. Let me also take this opportunity to also thank President Mang for his commitment, his support and energy put to the service of Interpol since taking office in November last year. The organization appreciates his presence and leadership from the moment he addressed our General Assembly in Bali through his multiple visits to our General Secretariat, where staff had the privilege to meet him personally, and in the strategic insights provided as chair of our executive committee. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to gather the support that will allow Interpol to grow to match our ambitions, we must be able to forge and play a unique role in the global security architecture. To do so, Interpol counts on you to lead and make stronger our national central bureaus. This is one of the preconditions of our joint success. This conference takes place with a simple goal in mind: to generate the momentum we need to achieve this vision. Dear heads of NCBs, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome home. Before we start this busy but exciting day, let me thank you and the officers you lead for your daily work in supporting Interpol and our mandate. Thank you very much for your attention.